Marcus Tillman was a 28-year-old black man from Savannah, Georgia. Known for his calm demeanor, iron work ethic, and strong community presence, Marcus had recently landed a managerial position at Breyer and Holt Logging Company, a white-owned, generational business rooted in the Deep South. The owner, Charles Breyer, a tall, deep-voiced white man in his late 50s, was a relic of the Old South. But to Marcus, he seemed different. He had offered Marcus the job when no one else would. Charles often said things like, "I don't see color, I see good work." It felt like a rare bridge across a historical divide. Marcus believed he had found a mentor in Charles. They worked closely, often sharing lunch. Charles would tell stories of his father and grandfather, how the business survived wars, recessions, and change. Marcus listened respectfully, patiently. Sometimes Charles would say, "You know, Marcus, you're not like the others," and Marcus would wince inside, but smile outside. Then came the turning point. One evening, while closing shop, Marcus overheard Charles yelling at someone on the phone. His voice was low and aggressive. "I don't care if he's good. He's not family. You know damn well we can't have him owning anything here. Not him." That night, Marcus couldn't sleep. He thought it could have been about someone else. But the next morning, when he asked about the company's future and possible partnerships, Charles went cold. "You're a great employee, Marcus," Charles said. "Let's leave it at that." 2 weeks later, Marcus found a confidential email printed and left at the copier, likely a mistake. It was from Charles to a board member. "I can't believe he has the nerve to ask for shares. This isn't Detroit. He'll run this company into the ground. Let's cut him loose before he gets comfortable." Marcus stood frozen. His heart pounded. It was betrayal, not just by Charles, but by the false promise of progress. Marcus didn't quit. He knew they wanted him to. Instead, he began documenting everything: emails, conversations, timesheets. He started speaking to a journalist from Atlanta, off the record. Soon after, machinery began malfunctioning. Marcus was blamed for poor supervision. One day, a truck carrying $200,000 worth of lumber was accidentally rerouted, and Marcus was suspended. Charles told the press it was a necessary investigation. "We just want to ensure transparency." Marcus was trusted, but maybe too much. Marcus's image was dragged through the mud. Headlines read: "Managers suspended amid missing lumber mystery." On the surface, it seemed like a business hiccup. But within the black community in Savannah, everyone knew. It was deeper. It was racial. And it was intentional. Marcus fought back. He hired a lawyer and filed a lawsuit for racial discrimination and defamation. In depositions, emails surfaced revealing racially charged jokes about Marcus. Financial records showed forged signatures approving the truck reroute. But the most damning piece was a voicemail accidentally recorded by Charles. "If he wins, we all lose. You think they'll stop with one share? They'll want the whole goddamn forest." The case became national news. CNN, MSNBC, and local papers all ran with it. Civil rights groups rallied behind Marcus. Breyer and Holt began to hemorrhage clients. Charles went into hiding. In court, Marcus won. He was awarded $1.5 million in damages and a formal public apology. But more than that, he won something intangible: justice in a place where injustice once grew like moss from the oak trees. The company was eventually bought out by a new group with a more inclusive board. Marcus declined to return. He started a non-profit Rooted Equity, which advocates for racial justice in the workplace, particularly in the rural South. In interviews, Marcus says, "I don't hate Charles. I hate the system that let him believe he was right for so long." Today, in Savannah's historic district, a small memorial bench sits under a magnolia tree with an engraved plaque. For those who rose when they were expected to bow. Tourists often ask who Marcus Tillman was. Locals smile and say, "He's the man who stood tall, even when they tried to chop him down."